Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is the horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so we have the 9 of Wands today. And that has everything to really do with like strength. Finding our strength through passion, through creativity, through really the movement of that fire energy, that kind of serpentine flow of kundalini and these kinds of things. So having that activated, it really does strengthen our constitution, both physical, right, emotional, and definitely psychic. So I love seeing this card. I know that we're getting it all together, aren't we, Aquarius? Did I say Aquarius? Oh my goodness, it's been one of those days. As you can hear, I am battling a little bit of a head cold, getting back to feeling a little bit more normal, not sounding so much, but yes, so you'll have to forgive me. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you want to hit the like button or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we have somebody who is traveling. That is very evident. We have a lot of movement here. Now, it is facing towards the left here, and that indicates to me that there is a focus on the past. Okay, you can see there is a horse here. The legs, here's the body, here's the head. Now, we also have somebody riding on the horse, you can see right here. And hand raised, holding the Ace of Cups. Now, what is coming out of that cup right here? Yeah, it looks like fish. Okay, and so if you've watched my readings at all, you know that the fish is always a sign of abundance. Resources, money, okay? If you can think of kind of that, the idea of just having plenty, right? Lots of fish, crates full of fish. You can take them home, you can cook them up, you can, you know, I don't know, preserve them, salt them. I'm trying to think, they used to hang them and dry them and all kinds of things. So I look at this and I'm thinking, yeah, there's a lot of, well, it feels like a lot of energy, maybe love. It could be love. I think that might be the case because of this kind of, it seems like a very jovial holding of the cup, right? Kind of almost like a cheers or I'm celebrating. It's kind of spilling out all over the place. Now we have the fish jumping in, jumping out. And so I do feel that in this place of connection, love, sensuality, maybe, feeling just good, feeling good about yourself, feeling good about your life, okay? This is allowing you to really do the work of your life in a way that feels pleasant. Do you remember what it maybe felt like when you were still excited to get up and go to work, right? Maybe it's a new job. Maybe you have somebody that you love to work with that's going to be there. Maybe you really love your career, the work that you're doing, whatever it is, right? There maybe was a time where you really looked forward to it. And then, you know, whatever happened, life, right? All of the ups and downs of life, the circumstances always kind of changing, the variables changing. And sometimes that place that, you know, you used to love, that business that you were so excited to start, it all becomes kind of like its own little prison, right? A place that you have to get up and I got to put on my clothes and my happy human face and and comb my hair and get off to work and kind of just going through the motions, right? Well, I feel like in this time, there's a connection to something, somebody, something. Maybe it's even like a concept, a system, a belief, a form of spirituality, religion, whatever it is. I feel like you have returned to something. And that's why we're looking towards the past. You've returned to somebody, something, maybe even a community, right? Where I feel like you are at home. This is where you feel like, hey, I belong in this place. This is the job that I wanted. This is the spouse I wanted. This is the home I wanted. Everything is kind of coming together, and maybe it's taken some time, but it is. And with this kind of elevated energy and state of consciousness that you're in, it spills out all over the place, right? It makes all of the things that you're doing a little bit more exciting, or at least bearable, right? But I do feel you so excited to kind of just go and do the stuff that you have to do. Your responsibilities, your chores, your work. Now, maybe 6 months ago, this all was too much to even think about at times. Like, it's just so much, a mountain of things. But here, I feel like there's even a little angel over here you can see. This is their head, there's the wing and the body, okay? And so I even feel like this is kind of like your guardian angel helping guide you towards this place where not only are you feeling good, not only are things kind of coming together, you're enjoying what you're doing, but it's all kind of clicking into place. It's working out for you. You're starting to get those calls, new clients. You're starting to, you know, pick up more shifts. Maybe they want you to take more of a, you know, a larger role in the company. You are ascending in the work that you're doing. And it's not just about the money, although the money is good, right? Of course. But I feel like this is something that you care about. It feels meaningful to you. When you go to bed at night, it's not like you're thinking, I just spent 8 hours of my life doing something that nobody will ever notice. It's meaningless. Or I just spent all of these hours of my life dealing with stuff that, you know, just kind of breaks me down. I'll tell you, I waited tables for years. That was like mostly what I did in my adult life, right? Waiting tables. And I worked at all kinds of places. You know, not super fancy restaurants, but yeah, some nice restaurants. A lot of like family-owned restaurants and some diners and bars and this kind of thing. Most of the time it was pretty dang good. You know, I enjoyed talking to people, getting to know people, and I like to cook and work around food and all that, so that was cool. But sometimes when you just hit that day where everybody's mad, everybody's rude, everybody is frustrated, you know, and you're working very, very hard. Waiting tables is not an easy job. Against popular belief about it being kind of a simple non-job, it's a lot of work to work in the restaurant industry. All of the jobs are difficult. All of them. But there were days I just came home and I laid my head down and I thought, I don't even know if I'm a human being. I don't even know if I am part of this tribe of people. Do I even belong here? You know? And I think we've all had that experience, right? Especially if you've ever worked in customer service or retail or, anything like this. Sales probably is, I've never done sales, but I'm sure that's difficult too. But yeah, you do. Sometimes you just have these jobs, you have these days where, I don't even know. It weighs on your heart, your mind, your soul. This is the opposite. This is not that. I see you doing what you've always wanted to do. And now it might not be like, hey, I want to be a fireman. You're a fire person, or a brain surgeon or something. And maybe you are. I don't know. But, this is a callback to the things that we wish we could be when we're kids, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, it might not be in particular, I'm going to be the male person or whatever. But I think it's about the feeling. It's about the feeling of doing something that you can take some pride in, doing work that feels fulfilling not only to you, but maybe that you are helping others, right? Directly or indirectly. And let's face it, it all comes down to, are we wasting our lives? Are we wasting the hours, the moments of our lives? Anyways, to me, that's what I worry about. In those quiet moments. Am I doing enough? Am I doing the right thing? Am I wasting my life? I don't think so for you. I feel like you're doing whatever it is. And listen, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. Maybe my daughter just told me today when she grows up, she wants to babysit cats. I said, what about other animals? She said, no, just cats. Okay. Maybe you're babysitting cats and that's what you want to do. And that makes you happy and that's fulfilling to you. And I would say, you're lucky, you're lucky. And so I feel like this is really, you are in a part of your life that is just fully realized, at least for this moment, right? You are in a place where you are embodying yourself, your true, authentic being. And I see you really immersed in this work, really immersed in this path. Putting yourself first, okay? Now, we have a person up here, or right here, who is standing here, and we have a kite kind of flying above. Now, it doesn't look like they have anything tied to the kite, so the kite's kind of just maybe taken off. Now, for me, the kite usually is a symbol of contemplation, of dreaming, of being innovative. And as I look at this, I really feel that it seems almost to me like you took some time to really kind of reevaluate your life, right? After whatever it is that has gone on in this last period of time over the last few years, you needed a break, a little bit of a pause, a reprieve, a time to collect yourself, to really look at, like, what does this all mean to me? What do I want to do next? What is realistic? What is not? You know, all these things, and more. Lots of things to think about. And I think that you spent some time doing that. You spent some time kind of, you know, looking over the plan, the 5-year plan, the 10-year, 30-year plan. And maybe some of that stuff doesn't make sense anymore. You know, maybe that's just not you, or maybe the dynamic of your household has changed, or, you know, financially you've changed, or, you know, whatever it is. And so now seeing this kite kind of, you know, the cord being cut and it is kind of flying away, to me, it's not about losing that insight, but it's about letting yourself come out of this place of really being kind of, it's almost kind of like being dissociated from the now, right? When we get into contemplation, because we're in that in-between place, right? We're neither here nor there. We're in this kind of very abstract space. And so I see you kind of letting yourself come back down to earth, right? Taking a lot of that information that you gathered as you did contemplate the future and applying that to your life in a practical way, okay? And that's why I think you're doing so well at work, in your career, because you're taking some of that stuff that you learned about yourself, that you figured out, and you are really letting it take life in your mundane, in the daily tasks, in the way that you're living. All right, so we're going to have our oracle cards. These are Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And I just want to kind of ask them, right? What else? What else should we be looking for? I know that there's going to be money coming in. I know that you're happy. But I want to see what else. What is the cherry on top here? Now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull 3 of them. So we have protection, manipulation, achievement. Okay. Now, we're going to do 2 more at least, maybe 3 more. Just to clarify what's going on. Companionship. Okay. Flattery. Okay. And one last one. Let's do a risk. Okay. Yes. So, in my mind, it seems like maybe there is a bit of a flirtation. Maybe you're getting to know somebody. Maybe you're dating. Maybe it's pretty serious, but there is definitely still the instinct to protect self. I think that you're really, it's not paranoia. I think you're just very discerning, but also just kind of really looking at the things that this person is saying, their actions. It's not so much like you're investigating them, but you are paying attention, right? And so it's not that I think that they are manipulating you necessarily, But I do feel that you are, yeah, worried about being manipulated, or at least conscious, okay? Now, we also have achievement, companionship, and flattery. So I do feel like this is maybe somebody who is pretty impressive, right? They have some achievements in their life under their belt there. I do think that this is less about like the great romance of your life and more about the companionship. I think that you like this person. You are having fun, right? Getting to know them, spending time with them. It seems easy to me, okay? You don't mind the flattery. This is somebody who's a little bit charming, flirtatious. Yeah, I think it feels nice to be kind of fawned over a little bit. And I think that, yeah, you do like that. Now the risk, okay? I feel like you are willing to maybe take a risk with this one. That maybe this will be one of the great, you know, romances of your life, but maybe not. I don't know. It might be just a really wonderful companionship, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that it's kind of something that even might be, it might be down. I don't know. I think that when you're young, right, the idea of having a companion seems kind of like, well, that's a waste of time a little bit. I want exciting. I want passion. I want, you know, all these things. I think as we get older, yeah, having somebody that you can chill with, having somebody that you can trust is going to do what they say they're going to do, you just get along. You know, the stakes aren't super high. It's just nice to be with each other. Okay? And I do. I think that you're willing to kind of ignore some of those. Now, I don't think it's red flags. I don't even think that it's you are worried particularly about this individual person. I think in general, it's a trust issue, right? But I think that you're willing to risk it a little bit. And that's not a bad thing. I don't think so. Not in this case. It doesn't feel, I don't feel any indication of it being like a person that's going to turn around and be like a snake, you know. Now, let's see. We have a person that's falling right here. We have the arrow, so it almost does feel we have 31 or 313. And this one, to me, it feels like this little bugs got in. These little, I don't know what they are. They're not like fruit flies. They're not stink flies, but they're just tiny little bugs that, because we live in the rural area, we get these little tiny flying ones. And it's always like one or two of them. And then I can never find them. And then they show up at the least, the worst time. So let's see. So it does feel like maybe there's been another, not romantic interest for you, but I feel like they're interested in, it's not your interest, they're interested in getting your attention. They want to court you. And you're not. I feel you like hiding, ducking, you know, whatever it is. You are avoiding this conversation. And I almost feel like there's a little bit of anger there. And I wonder if it's maybe somebody, it feels like they're crossing a line. Maybe you work with them or something like this, or you have some attachment to them where it doesn't feel right that you would date them. So, almost like I was reading this thing about this, somebody was talking, she was writing about how one of her good friends had passed away, and she was helping the husband, the surviving husband, you know, get some of the things organized for the memorial and all that. And she said that then the husband kind of started hitting on her, right? And listen, when you're in grief, people act real strange sometimes when they are in the throes of grief. But, you know, I think this is what came to mind immediately when I was thinking, like, somebody that it's like, you would never date them. Like your sister's ex-husband, you wouldn't date that guy, right? I mean, maybe some people would, I don't know, but some people are just off limits, right? And I feel like in this case, it almost kind of has that energy where it's like, no, I've never even considered that. So, yeah, I don't think a big deal, but it does seem like, you know, there's maybe a little bit of a nice companionship happening, and then there's this other person that you're like, nope, get out of here. All right, so we're going to do, this is the biggest die I've ever seen. It has 1 through 100, and we're just gonna do 3 lucky numbers. So I'm just gonna roll it. Okay, so we have the number 21 right here, 21. Okay, we have the number 33, 21, 33, and the number 8. 21, 33, and the number 8. Okay, and then we'll also do our little affirmation card. These are from Cincy Child affirmation cards. And I like these ones because it's just like a nice little boost at the end. I am strong. I am wise. I am healthy. I am strong. I am wise. I am healthy. All right. Aquarius, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you'd like to leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Definitely put it in the comment section. If this is your first time watching, just shout it out. Say, hey, I'm new here. All right. I think it's the full moon right now. It might be tomorrow though, actually. I don't know. Nope, we're in the full moon immediately, and yes, it is. It's 100% right now. So we're in that super full moon once again, and it is powerful. Powerful energy right now. So hopefully this finds you well, and you're getting through this full moon week without any kind of disturbances. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you, Aquarius. We'll talk again real soon. Good night. Good night. Good night.